Where do our stories truly begin? We often point to a moment that changed everything. But is that the real start? Maybe our stories have no true beginning or end, just endless threads woven into a cosmic tapestry. We are all connected, part of a story always being written, always beginning again. This is a story about a search for something lost and something waiting to be found. It starts in a small garden with a boy named Mati and a seemingly insignificant event. From this tiny seed, a universe of questions would grow. The biggest mysteries of the cosmos are often reflected in the smallest corners of our hearts. The universe is not just out there, it's inside us, waiting to be explored. This story is about following clues, listening to the quiet whispers of the universe, and trusting the path they reveal. Sometimes, the most profound truths are found in the simple, quiet moments of a childhood afternoon. This is the story of Mati, but in its echoes, you may hear the story of yourself. The story begins in a place of quiet magic, a garden in Argentina, behind a simple house. To young Mati, this was a kingdom, the grass and ocean, the flowers alien, and at its center, a concrete deer statue. The deer, chipped and imperfect, watched over the garden with glass marble eyes that sparkled in the sun. Mati spent hours confiding in the deer, his first friend and silent guardian. One afternoon, as he traced the cracks in the statue, he noticed one marble eye was loose. Curiosity overcame him. With a gentle push, the marble came free, landing in his palm. For a moment, he felt like a king holding a jewel, watching the sunlight dance within the glass. But the deer now had a hollow, empty socket. Its magic curdled into dread. The beautiful eye was no longer where it belonged. The garden's wonder shifted to unease. Mati realized he had changed something he could not undo. The deer looked wounded, and the world seemed to hold its breath. The adventure had begun, but so had the sense of loss. Panic seized Mati. The joy of holding the marble vanished, replaced by fear. He tried to return the marble, but it wouldn't fit. The hole seemed smaller, or the marble larger. Suddenly, the marble slipped from his grasp and rolled into a small, dark hole at the statue's base. It disappeared with a faint clatter, swallowed by darkness. The garden, once magical, now felt menacing. The deer's blind socket seemed to accuse him. Fear and guilt washed over Mati, but beneath it, curiosity stirred. What was down there? Where did the marble go? He lay on his stomach, peering into the blackness, smelling the damp earth. The fear was strong, but curiosity was stronger. The pit was no longer just a hole. It was a question, a door to another world. He had lost a part of his world, but discovered a new mystery. The world had split open, and he was staring into its secret heart. As Mati stared into the darkness, the world faded away. From the blackness, a voice spoke, not aloud, but inside his mind. It was a boy's voice, calm and wise. Don't be afraid. You didn't break anything. You just started the game. Mati, stunned, asked silently, "Who are you?" The answer came, "I am Lucas. I am the one searching for you. I am your son, from the future." The idea was impossible, yet undeniable. Lucas's presence felt more real than anything in the garden. It was like meeting a part of himself he never knew existed. The fear vanished, replaced by a profound sense of connection. Lucas explained, "Forgetting is part of the game. Losing things is how we begin to search." Mati realized he was not alone, even in his most lost moment. The adventure was just beginning. The encounter at the pit left me in awe. How could a voice from the future speak to me? Lucas became a silent companion, a presence I felt even when he wasn't speaking. He called life a great game. We choose to come here, but to play, we must forget who we are. Forgetting is the first rule, Lucas said. We lose parts of ourselves to rediscover them. The lost marble was not an accident. It was a symbol, the first piece of a puzzle. Every challenge, mistake, or sadness became part of the game, not just a bad thing. When I struggled or felt lonely, I remembered Lucas's words about searching. The fear of failure faded, replaced by purpose. I was not just a small boy. I was a player in a cosmic game, an explorer on a mission to remember. To the world, I was just daydreaming in the garden. Inside, I was learning the secret rules of existence. I was both the searcher and the one being sought. The pit had become a portal, turning my ordinary life into an extraordinary adventure. As years passed, the memory of that afternoon faded, but Lucas's voice became a quiet intuition. During adolescence, that feeling was a source of comfort, a reminder I was connected to something larger. The presence of Lucas grew stronger during moments of doubt or decision, a gentle nudge guiding me. I learned to trust this inner compass, even as the search became more complex. Sometimes I doubted the memory. Was it just a child's fantasy? Yet the feeling always returned, surfacing in dreams or quiet moments. The presence was woven into my being, a memory that refused to be forgotten. It shaped me, giving me patience and curiosity about unseen connections. The search expanded, from a lost marble to a search for meaning in art, science, and relationships. The whisper of Lucas reminded me that life was more than it seemed. A grander story was always unfolding, and I had a part to play. As I entered adulthood, the idea of family and fatherhood became central. The memory of Lucas, my future son, took on new meaning, yet the traditional path to fatherhood was close to me, bringing a private pain. I felt like the boy in the garden again, staring into a dark pit of loss. But slowly, I realized creation and nurturing aren't confined to biology. I was a storyteller, a mentor, a friend, offering guidance and support in many ways. Caring for others could happen in 1,000 forms. Lucas's voice returned, not as a promise, but as a deeper truth. The game is about searching and creating. Fatherhood is not a role, but an energy to be expressed. I could pour that energy into my work, relationships, and community. The search led me to a wider, more inclusive definition of family and purpose. My journey began to echo, larger, cosmic cycles, like the Earth's solstice, when darkness turns to light. Every new beginning is born from the darkest point. My own life reflected this: the lost marble, the pit, the pain of closed doors. These were my personal solstices. Each darkness was followed by new understanding. The voice of Lucas emerged from the pit. Creative care emerged from pain. Every ending was a prelude to a new beginning. The universe's game played out inside me too. The lost eye, the pit, the guiding voice, all symbols of a universal pattern. Everyone's search for meaning is a search for a lost part of themselves. The story comes full circle, inviting us to begin again. Life is a continuous invitation to play the game, to search, and to journey home.